Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Do to Study. So here I am again with a new video of chapter 2, the president and the vice president. Okay, so it's the fifth video from this chapter, and with this video we will end the chapter. Okay, in the previous videos I have already explained the rest of the chapter. So without wasting time, let's get started. Till now, we have completed all about the president, his election procedure, the oath of office, about his impeachment, about his powers. We have discussed everything, isn't it? Now it's time to discuss about the vice president. Okay, so first of all, let's know what is the qualification. What are the qualifications to be a vice president? First of all, he should be an Indian citizen. Okay, he should be an Indian citizen. And then he should have at least 35 years of age. How much? 35 years of age. Okay. And the rest is that he should possess all the qualification that a member of the Council of States should have. Council of States means Rajya Sabha. Okay. He should have all the qualification that should be possessed by a member of Rajya Sabha. So if these qualifications are there with him, then after election he is eligible to be the vice president of India. Now he will not be allowed, or he will not a person who holds any government job. Okay, that is a person who holds any office of profit cannot or is not qualified to be the vice president of India. That is, the person should not have any government job. Okay, so these were the qualifications for the member of, these were the qualifications to be the vice president of India. So now let's recall what were the qualifications that are required, what are the qualifications that are required for a person to be a member of Rajya Sabha. First of all, he should be an Indian citizen. Then he should be of sound mind. He should have no criminal record, and he should not have any debt, and he should have his name in the electoral list of India. Okay. Now let's see the election. Election means who elects him. See, in the election of the vice president, the electoral college constitute or consist of the members of both houses of parliament, that is Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. It means that the members of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha collectively come together and give their vote to elect the vice president of India. This election is done by that is a vote, a single transferable vote by a ballot system. Okay. Now, if you have a doubt about the single transferable vote, what is the meaning of that? And single transferable vote by proportional representation. Okay. So, if you have a doubt, then you can watch the video in which I have explained about the election procedure of the president. Okay. That is the first video from this chapter. Okay. In that, I have explained it in detail. Okay. Now, here, for the election, for a person to be elected as a vice president, there should be 20 persons there should be 20 promoters and 20 proposers and 20 seconders. Okay, if a person has the support of 20 proposers and 20 seconders, then his name is included in the list. Okay. So, it was all about the election. Now, is there anything left? No. But now it's 20 proposers and 20 seconders. Earlier it was 5 proposers and 5 seconders. If we talk about the president, then the requirement is 50 proposers and 50 seconders. Okay, I think you all remember because I have already taught it in my previous videos. Now let's know about the oath of office. You all know that before entering the office, the president takes the oath, isn't it? Similarly, the vice president also takes the oath before entering his office. In case of the president, he takes the oath in front of the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court or the senior most judge of the Supreme Court. In the absence of the Chief Justice, in front of the senior most judge of the Supreme Court, isn't it? But here, the vice president takes his oath in front of the president. But if the president is absent, then the president shall nominate someone to preside the oath of office taken by the vice president. Okay, so it was about the oath of office. Now, what is taken as oath? See, he takes an oath that he will bear true faith and allegiance to Constitution of India. That is, he would always be truthful and he will be honest to the Constitution of India and faithfully discharge his duties. He would be 100% faithful in discharging his duties, that is, in performing his duties. These are the two things that are taken as oath, okay, before entering the office. Now, the fourth one is the term of office. See, normally the term of office for the vice president is 5 years. That is from the date on which he enters his office. So it is 5 years. For the president also it is 5 years, and for the Lok Sabha members also it's 5 years, isn't it? Now, if he wish to resign, then he can give his resignation in written form to the President of India. Okay. Now, if such a resignation is given, then it would be communicated to the Lok Sabha Speaker so that he or she can communicate it to everyone. Okay. Now, if the Vice President violates the law of the Constitution, then there are provisions that he can be impeached. Okay. He can be removed from the office by the process of impeachment, as this is also applicable for the president also, isn't it? You might know it, because while discussing about the president, we have discussed that too. Now, see, even if his term of office is over, but still he continues to hold his office unless a new person is elected as vice president and appointed. मतलब कि अगर भी उनका 5 years का टर्म खत्म हो गया है, फिर भी वो वही ऑफिस में कंटिन्यू करेंगे जब तक एक नए वाइस प्रेसिडेंट इलेक्ट होके अपॉइंट नहीं हो जाते हैं. ओके, सो इट वाज अबाउट द टर्म ऑफ ऑफिस. नाउ लेट्स कम टू द पावर्स एंड फंक्शंस ऑफ द वाइस प्रेसिडेंट. सो लेट्स सी vice president's powers and functions. Okay, you all know that vice president of India is the chairman of Rajya Sabha, isn't it? That is, vice president or the chairman of Rajya Sabha is the presiding officer of Rajya Sabha. As for Lok Sabha, the presiding officer is the speaker, but for Rajya Sabha, the presiding officer is the chairman, ex-officio chairman, or the vice president of India. That is, the vice president of India acts as the chairman of Rajya Sabha. So, the vice president of India is the ex-officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. Now, as the chairman or as the presiding officer, he has the right, he has the power to control the discussions in the house. He decides the order of speeches, and he tries to keep the house in order, in discipline, and he tries to control if a grave discussion or if some grave misorders takes place. Okay, and if it's not possible for him to control, that is, the members become so unruly, so indisciplined, then he has also the power to adjourn the house, okay, or to suspend the meeting for the day. So these were the powers of the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. Furthermore, you should know that the vice president of India does not get his salary because he is a vice president. Rather, he gets his salary as the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. Okay. Now let's see taking over as the president. Yes, here as a chairman of the Rajya Sabha, he also decides the admissibility of the questions. It means that whether the question is correct or up to what extent the question is correct. So such factors are also decided by the chairman of Rajya Sabha. Okay. Yes. In the Rajya Sabha also there are various committees, and furthermore the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, that is a vice president, gives direction to the chairman of all these committees in all matters related to their working. Okay. Now let's know about taking over as the president. That is when the vice president can take over the post of the president. See, the vice president takes over the office of the president under the following situation. That is, there are some particular situations during which the vice president can assume the power of the president. First, death of the president. If a sudden death of president takes place, okay. So the vice president can take over the office of the president during the sudden death of the president, or if the president gives his resignation, and furthermore if the president is removed from his office by the process of impeachment, okay, and if the president is unable to discharge his duties, okay, that is the president is not in a condition to do his duties it may be due to illness or due to some other matters. In all these cases, the vice president discharges the duties of the president. Okay. See, in the event of the president's death, resignation or removal, the vice president acts as the president and enters upon his office until a new president is elected. The vice president can discharge the duties as the president only till a new president comes. Okay. After that, if a new president is elected, as soon as a new president is elected and takes his office, then the vice president again has to work as the vice president of India. Okay. So now before leaving, I want to say that I think that you all are well updated with the current affairs, but still, let me see how many of you can write the name of the vice president of India. So you all should know that and write in the comment section and let me know that you all are well aware about the current affairs. Okay, so till then, bye bye and we will meet